Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the visitor watch company, Linden. Before we get into the watch, let's take a quick look at the packaging. It comes in this neat watch roll. It's a fabric watch roll, but it's reinforced, so it's nice and sturdy. And has these different little watch cushions in here. And here's a logo on the inside, Visitor Watch Company. Now this one came with two different straps, but when you purchase it, it just comes with the one strap. You get to pick among 7 different strap choices and 4 different dial colors. I believe this is the Fieldstone strap. I think this is the Oxblood strap. And the one that this came on is I believe this is called the Tuxedo Black. And this dial color is called Midnight. So they have a black dial, a white dial, and then a dark blue dial. Oh, and also I think it's orange or tan or some combination of orange and tan. It looks pretty cool. You can go check out their website, Visitor Watch Company. I'll leave a link in the description below. But when I first unboxed this watch, I was very impressed with it. I still am impressed with it. It just looks and feels like a quality watch. It looks great. The case shape is a bit different. I am still not sure that I totally like the case shape, but it is different, so I'll give them points for that. The dial is amazing on this. It's a real dark, inky black dial. It's just amazing. And then the indices, the applied indices, and the hands, everything looks great. It took me a while to figure out that there's actually some, at the cardinal points, there's a little line on the dial there. I can get it in the light just right. Yep, right there. You can see it right there. So there's lines in 12, 3, 6, and 9. If I wanted to be nitpicky, the only complaint I have is the visitor logo. I would try and center that somewhere else, maybe up here, or maybe even across here. I don't know. It just looks a little strange to me being above the date like that, but it's really not a big deal. I really enjoyed my time with this watch. So let's go over the price. We'll go over the price first. With this strap, I believe this is the one that's $580. And then some of the other leather straps, like this one here, I believe it's $590. So depending on which strap you pick, it's either $580 or $590. I think it's a fair price for this watch. So let's get into the specs here. Sorry about that. Okay, so lug to lug is 48.5. Case diameter is 39. When I did my unboxing, I thought it was 40. I don't know why I thought it was that size, but it looks a lot bigger than what it is. Here it is next to my SKX 171, which is a 42 millimeter case. Yeah, it still looks like it's a 42, but I measured it with my calipers at 39. So it must just be because there's so much dial on this watch. It's a bit of an optical illusion. So anyway, let's set that off to the side. Thickness on this is nice and thin at 10.5, which I would say is due to the 50 meter water resistance and also the Miyota 9015 movement. Take a look at that in a moment. Lug width on this is 20. And the crown is a great size at 7 millimeter. There, we can line up the logo, the sign crown here. And as you probably noticed, this is not a screw down crown, just a push pull crown, which is fine. It's not a dive watch. It's a mix of polished and brushed surfaces. So the bezel's polished, and then the top of the case is brushed. Then you have a polished bevel here, and then brushing. It does have drilled lugs. I think it would look a little better with solid lugs, seeing as how this is more of a dress watch. Tool watch, I like the look of the drilled lugs, but not necessarily on a dress watch. So let's zoom in on this dial, and we can talk more about the specs. So this dial is actually a sandwich dial with applied markers. It took me a little while to figure out what part of this was a sandwich dial, but it's actually the minute markers around the outside of the dial here. Those are below the surface of the case. Below the surface of the dial. If I can get the lighting just right, you can kind of see right there how they're pierced through. And then you have the date window here, which is not boxed in. But again, this dial just looks, I can get lost in this dial. It's very dark and deep and just an inky black dial. You need to see this in person to fully appreciate it. It does have a sapphire crystal with AR coating. Now the handset, the hour and minute hand, those are inspired by fountain pen nibs. That would be the end of the pen. Actually, I have a fountain pen here I don't really use, but see the pin nib there? That is what the hands are designed after. So in some lighting, I noticed that I couldn't really see the hands, but the lume on the hour and minute is just great. You can easily tell what time it is. So let's zoom back out here. So as I mentioned, it has applied markers with a sandwich dial. It is a 316L stainless steel case. It has BGW9 lume on the hour, minute, and it says the date is loomed as well. So we'll check that out towards the end of the video. Before we get there, if you could go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment below, I would greatly appreciate it. One more note about the strap is this is a curved spring bar in there. So let me hold up these other straps to the watch case. I did not put these on. I just enjoyed it with a black tuxedo strap. But yeah, that looks good too. Let me hold the other one on here to get you a better idea. Yeah, it would look good with that. Among the colors, I would really have a hard time choosing which dial to get. I think I would eliminate the white dial just because it's a larger watch. It would look really big with the white dial. Then the blue looks good, and that orangish tan looks good too, and this black. So I would have a hard choice picking. So here we are with this. I believe this is the oxblood strap. They had a vintage green strap and some other straps on there as well. So let's check out the movement, and then we'll get this on the wrist. I really like this movement. I like the display case back. You can read some of the text on the back here. Visitor watch. There's the Linden. So yeah, let's take a look at this custom rotor. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, this is a Miyota 9015 movement. Oh, that's cool. The cutouts in the rotor match the indices on the watch dial. That's a neat touch. Nice logo there. This movement is, I would say, my favorite movement, the 9015. I like how thin it is. I like that it's a high beat. Sure, it's plenty reliable as well. This hand winding, hacking. All right, let's get this thing on wrist. Oh, yeah, so here's the look at the indices again that look like they perfectly match those cutouts in the rotor. That is a neat touch. Okay, let's get this on my 6.5. Oh, you know what? I didn't even show you guys the buckle. It's got a neat shape to it here. It matches the curvature of the case, actually. Let me show you on this other strap. One of the straps didn't come with a buckle, but here you can kind of see how the curvature of the buckle matches the curvature of the case there. So it's nice having a milled buckle like this, and then with the unique shape. So very, very nice touch. All right, let's get this on my 6.5-inch wrist with a 52 millimeter wrist span. And again, lug to lug on this is 48.5. For a dive watch, it would be a good size for my wrist, but since it's all dial like this, I think it looks too big on my wrist, which is why I sold my to sell Explorer, which was also 39. So anyway, let's take a look at this here. I have mixed feelings on this case shape. They have another watch too. I forgot what the name of it is, but they also have kind of a unique case shape on that one as well. So here we are, zoomed out, a little bit different perspective. Let me know if you think this is too big for my wrist. And let me know what you think of this watch. All right, I'll be right back with the Lume. We'll compare it to the SKX. All right, so obviously the visitor watch is on the left. I had to move the handset out of the way so we could see the loomed date. And on the right, my SKX 171. The lume on this visitor watch Linden is great. I have no complaints about it. I would say the handset is actually brighter than the SKX. And the indices maybe a little, no, they're about the same, I would say. I would say the lume is equal on both of the indices. The lume date is not quite as bright as what's on camera, but still a unique little touch. I think this is the first watch I've had in hand with a loomed date. So if you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.